All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I want to talk about getting praise and fame in a land where we were put to shame. So I just want to I was meditating on this because right now, even though the Hebrew Israelite thing is getting more exposure, and of course not good exposure, you got a lot of people who recognize us, more and more each day. But it's not in a praise sense, it's in a hate sense. So the Lord said, behold, at that time, what time? Our deliverance. Leading up to our deliverance, that's that time, the day of the Lord. I will undo all that afflict you, and I will save her that halteth, gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land. All right? So, we were scattered. We are in every land. When you go into the prophecies, it talks about how the Lord was going to gather us out of every land. The elect, of course. And the elect is going to go into the chariot with Yahweh Shai. We're going to get that scripture too. But the ones that remain, the Lord said that he was going to bring them back to the land. I'm going to get that scripture next. Where they have been put to shame. So we're going to get praise and fame in every land where we have been put to shame. Imagine that, man. Because let's keep it real. The Israelites have getting a bad rap ever since the Renaissance. Okay? When Esau Edom came back out the caves and he got a stronghold on the world, he deceived the nations, as the scripture says. And guess what? By deceiving the nations, he made the Israelites at the bottom. His whole scientific racism and all of that stuff. 3/5 of a human, through his scientific racism, he was able to conquer the world and put himself as the top people, and everybody else is deserved to be ruled over. So now look at this type of fame right here. So it said, I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escaped of them. All right. So those that escaped of them is the elect. Unto the nations, Tarshish, Pool, Lud, that draw the bow, Tubal, Javan. So some of these geographical locations I know, like Tarshish is Spain, Javan is Greece. Now you got to understand, is there any Israelite camps in Spain and Greece? No. So they don't really know about the Lord like that. But the day is coming that everybody gonna know. All right, especially in this time. And it said to the islands afar off, because you got Puerto Rico, you got Cuba, you got Haiti, Dominican Republic, you got South America itself. You know what I'm saying? That's really not an island, that's a continent. But we scattered everywhere, Isaiah 11:11 tell you that the Lord said he's going to gather us a second time. So it says, because when he came the first time, he came to gather the elect. And now it's just to give them the truth, and remember, scripture said that your works follow. So if you were a disciple and a believer in the past, you're gonna be a believer now. If you was a prophet in the past, you're gonna be a prophet now. Neither have seen my glory, and they should declare my glory among the Gentiles. See? Now this Gentiles is talking about the heathen nations. And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto Yahweh out. See, this is the scripture that you're supposed to go to when a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite who don't have understanding would try to use Revelation 7 and 9 to try to justify that the large multitude is the heathen. See, we're going to be gathered out of all nations. And it said brethren. Just like in Revelation 7 and 9, it say kindred. Upon horses and in chariots and in litters and upon mules and upon swift beasts to my holy mountain Jerusalem, saith Yahweh, as the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of Yahweh. And I will also take of them for priests and Levites, saith Yahweh, because the Lord said we're going to be kings and priests. All right. So, yeah, that is another part of this is the end game of the fame. But you got to realize, up until the great day of the Lord and the Lord delivering his elect, the Lord also said this. Oops. See, right now, we're not looked at as a commodity. Right now, we looked at as the filth of the earth, even to these women out here. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. This is where Isaiah 4:1 gonna come to play, because in this time, all right. So when you read up into that point, so 13, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts in the day of his fierce wrath, and it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. Then shall every man turn to his own people, flee everyone to his own land, because the Lord is going to rock this place. The missiles is the last part, but the leading up to the missiles, he going to shake this world up, man. It's going to get real out here. It's going to get hot and sticky out here, all right? That's an inside joke. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So the reason that a man is going to be made more precious than fine gold, because the world is going to be in a chaotic state, and the Lord is going to sustain the men of the Lord and also the women that's the elect. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. So that's going to be praise and fame in the land where you was put to shame. Because when these things happen, the Lord said in Isaiah 59 and 19 that he's going to set a standard for us. We're going to have protection in that day. And so others shall weep and be sorrowful, but you shall be merry and have abundance. The heathen, all right? Now this go for the 2/3 too, because you don't have no covering. Woe unto them that have a covering, but not of my spirit, all right? That walk down to Egypt and not ask to my mouth. So you depend on the rulers of this world instead of the ruler of the world, okay? So the heathen, 2/3 in the heathen nations shall envy you, but they should not be able to do nothing against you, saith the Lord. So yeah, that sounds like praise and fame in the land where we was put to shame. Because guess what? Before all of this happened, remember the persecution gonna come. Persecution is gonna come. Lying is gonna we're gonna be looked at as terrorists, and all we doing is reading the Bible and prophesying. But the way they're going to spin this narrative, and our people going to come against us, the world going to come against us, the Lord warned us of these things. But the Lord said he got us. All right. Now, Oops. I think it's 5. So it says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. See, this is the state that we are in right now. They don't make no account of our labors. Right now, we just, disgruntled so-called black, Latino, and Native American men. Our words, I put it like this. Since we're at the end, our words is taking effect, but not the way that it's going to be. See, right now, the rulers, they don't look at us as a threat right now. Even though they hear our words, they tremble at our words, but the Lord is hardening their heart. It's going to come a day where the Lord is not going to harden their heart. And these words is going to take effect. That's why the scripture says that the devil come down with great wrath because he know he had but a short time. Scripture says that our words have reached into the gates of the nobles in Isaiah 13. And it says, when they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So what is the when they see it? As it say in Revelation 11, standing on their feet as an exceeding great army. All right. After that, after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life enter into us. So Esau, Edom been scared, but the Lord is hardening his heart for he could fulfill his role in prophecy. Jacob's trouble is around the corner. That's when the Lord gonna set up a standard, said that he should be saved out of it. The strangeness of our salvation is us going into a chariot. Come up hither, as it say in Revelation 11 and 12. So it says, shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning in anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he? Oh, hell no. Whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. Yeah, this is where the praise and the fame gonna come. They gonna be like, wow, these was the people. Damn. We fools accounting his life as madness. Oh my God, here go the Israelites again. Oh my God, these black guys. They really think they the people. Ha 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 ha. We fools accounting his life as madness and his end to be without honor. Oh my gosh, these Latinos and Native Americans, who the hell they think they are? You still got proud, Edomites out there. You are descendants of slaves. You're not no Israelites. You got our people because of the things that we've been through. In their mind, we can't be Israelites. But then when we tell them why we went through the things we went through because we sinned against the Lord, they still can't accept it. But why? Because the election obtained and the rest were blinded. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his saints is and his lot is among the saints? Right. So this is the praise and fame that we're going to get. We're going to be gathered out of all lands. The elect is going to go into a chariot, the strangers of our salvation. And up until that time, as we read in 2nd Esdras, that when the time of trouble come, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but we should be married and have abundance. So I'm going to end it on this. The classic. Therefore thus say the Lord, Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you should be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye should be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and you shall howl for vexation of spirit. So the Lord is going to set up a standard, provide for us, give us provisions in these times, give us the path, to walk in up until that time. And as we continue to get closer to the end, the Lord is going to bless us above measure. And in that time, when everybody's on the same playing field, when a dollar crash, you don't got the Lord. When, as the scripture says, the fashion of this world passeth away, which is the world that you see it now, because it's going to get worse, you don't have nothing to turn to. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Seek ye out the Lord while he may be found. And Shalom.